What's going on, guys? Today's video is going to be about diets, more specifically about if it fits your macros, flexible dieting. But I just want to give a little disclaimer. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor, obviously. I'm not even a personal trainer. I used to be. I don't have a certification. I've just studied this for about 4 or 5 years. Just studied, different, whether it's been fitness or nutrition, just kind of taken a bunch of different classes and done my own studying on it. And so this is kind of a pool of information just coming from me and different things that I have found going throughout. So I was going to delve into this quite a bit more and talk about all the different diets, but I'm not. It's way too long if I do that. I'm just going to talk about two. The first one real quick, bro dieting, quote unquote bro dieting. I don't know what it's actually called. It's essentially eating meat, rice, vegetables, and sweet potatoes. You could throw that in there. Very simply put, it's going to be like very simple or complex carbs depending on what you're having, fruits or like sweet potatoes, stuff like that, and then having proteins and vegetables, and really not tracking what you're eating, just kind of tracking that. The thing about that diet is it gets very boring. I used to do that. That's how I ate for so long and had it stuck in my mind that that's how you had to do it if you wanted to either lose weight or gain muscle. And it did not work very well. I never really saw results, and the reason why is because it's so hard to track if you're not actually counting your calories with it. So that's why I don't really like that way. I know people who still do. The main thing with that is that, I swear, and big time bodybuilders do it that way, but people think that carbs are bad or that you can only have certain carbs. But the breakdown of it is the carbs you get from broccoli are going to be the same carbs you get from a cookie. It's just the broccoli has better micronutrients and it's healthier versus the cookie, because the cookie has more fats and stuff like that, which I'll break into that with the next topic, which is if it fits your macros or flexible dieting. So macronutrients, which is where the macros come from. Macronutrients are proteins, fats, and carbs. Those are the three main components that make up your body. And then obviously there's a whole bunch of extra stuff like all the chemical breakdown and all that stuff, but I'm specifically just talking about those three. You can kind of group in fibers with that, but I don't group in fiber with it. Those are the main three that we're going to be talking about. The main thing that I'm going to start off by saying is people think carbs are bad. I just said that. Carbs are friends, not foes. Finding Nemo reference. Friends, not foes. Carbs are not bad for you. Depending on how many you're having, your body needs carbs in order to function. And the no carb diets, those things kill me because they literally don't make any sense. Your body needs carbs to function, and then people will still, I could go on a rant about this forever. People who do no carb diets a lot of times won't do or they will eat vegetables and fruits, but then they say, no, I'm on a no carb diet. Well, that's literally all vegetables and fruits are, is carbs. So whatever. I'm not going to talk about that too much. Going with the if it fits your macros, it's also called flexible dieting. Essentially what it is if it fits your macros, meaning that if whatever you're eating fits into your macronutrients that your body needs for the day. So the easiest way to track this is what I do. It's an app called MyFitnessPal. I'm sure most people have heard of it if you are in the dieting world. But essentially it's just a really easy way to track your food. What you do is you open up the app, you go in and register an account, and then from there you put in your height, your weight, and your goals, and it's going to automatically calculate some macronutrients for you, that what you should be eating each day. It may seem like a lot, but a lot of people starve themselves in order to lose weight, and that's not the way to do it. You want to have food so that your body can burn it rather than trying to pull on reserves. People think that, oh no, I'm not getting as much food, so it's just going to pull reserves from my fat and it's going to eat away all this fat. No, fat is the last thing that your body is going to want to try and pull from. So it's going to try and pull from your muscle and just anything that it can before it has to take away from fat. That's why, a lot of times, people who don't have who aren't fortunate enough to have a lot of access to food and stuff, they are really skinny, but it's so unhealthy for your body to not be able to get the nutrients and food that it needs. So that's where your macronutrients come into play. It gives you a breakdown of what you should have, and then you follow those guidelines each day. So it's going to tell you have 200 grams of carbs, you have 150 grams of protein, and you have 75 grams of fat, something like that. And then basically for that day, you just break down into what you can have. So let's say in the morning you want to have a bowl of oatmeal. Well, a bowl of oatmeal is going to be about 30 to 35 grams of carbs, probably, you know, 2 or 3 grams of fat, and then maybe like 4 or 5 grams of protein. And you're going to throw that in there. And you can actually search your foods on there super easy. You can scan it with a barcode, which is my favorite thing, super easy to do. Then from there, it's going to just automatically plug right into your macros for the day, and it's going to tell you what you can have after that. It's going to tell you, and I'll put this up on the screen, but it's going to tell you that you have your goal right here. It tells you what your intake for the day is, and then how much you have left off to the side. So when you have those, that's really what you have to work with for the day. So, I mean, if you're having 1,000 calories in the morning and you're only allowed 2,500 in the day, then you have 1,500 calories to try and fit in lunch and dinner. It's going to be kind of tough. But this is where math comes into play a lot with this. You have to really do your math. You have to look at what you can fit into the whole day, and really see where you can go. You know, sometimes if you have a smaller breakfast because you know that you're going to have a bigger dinner, that's what I do. So it's like, if I know we're going out for a special occasion, I'm going to eat way less in the morning and lunch, and I'm going to save some stuff for later. So like literally, sometimes I'll just have chicken and broccoli for lunch because I want to save those carbs for later on in the day. Meal timing doesn't really matter too much when it comes down to this. Obviously, if you're weighing yourself every day, I weigh myself super early in the morning. So if I'm having a huge meal right before bed at 10 o'clock and I'm getting up at 4:30, that's going to have an effect on my weight because I have so much food in my stomach. But if I'm eating, you know, I typically will have dinner around 7 or 8, and then I wake up at 4:30, it really doesn't affect it that much. I always weigh myself in the morning going along with that, but it really is just a whole bunch of math trying to figure it out. People typically don't understand that, you know, calories are calories, and it just kind of depends on what you can fit into your meals. So if you can have let's say 50 grams of carbs and 10 grams of fat and 5 grams of protein, and you want to eat a salad, then great. But just know that a salad with dressing and croutons can be just as bad as a cookie. And obviously you're going to get different micronutrients. That's where it comes into being a little bit healthier versus not. But overall, as far as just weight loss or weight gain goes, it matters about your calories. The healthier that you want to be, that's a personal choice. So you still want to throw in vegetables and you still want to try and eat healthier. You don't want to eat all processed foods, but you can if you just want to lose weight. It really doesn't matter as long as you're meeting your calorie goals. So hopefully this was very informational for you guys. I could literally rant all day long, but it's already a 7-minute video. This is my passion. I love fitness. I love talking about nutrition, and it's just, I mean, I get so passionate about it that I could literally just keep talking. I'm not going to, because this is a long video already, but hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, I can cover more into this. And who knows, I might do a part 2 because there's just so much information that I could throw out about this. But if you guys did enjoy, please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and we will catch you guys in the next one.